Hello everyone and welcome to Natty's Home Cooking. Today we are going to make some healthy homemade chili. It will have ground turkey meat and honey in it, everything that is healthy for you. Also, when cooking, remember to taste as you go. We don't want to serve a meal that tastes terrible. Furthermore, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's get to cooking. I will meet you in the kitchen.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with making my beans in my Instapot. We are going to use the pinto beans instead. You can use the red beans if you want, but I'm going to do it with the pinto beans. So I always buy a huge bag because it'll last us for a while. I do about 3 cups, I think, of the beans for mine because I'm using 3 of those ground turkeys, a pound of each. So let me get this all added and then we'll start cooking our turkey meat here in a second. And just to let you guys know, this turkey meat, this ground turkey, it's very healthy for you. It's no, it doesn't have a lot of fats, not that much sodium. It's so much better than the regular meat. So this is why I use it. Because we want to go as much, as healthy as we can when cooking chili. So we're going to start off with cutting up our onions. We're going to saute these and get those in the pan. And I use either coconut oil, the natural coconut oil, or I will use olive oil or extra virgin olive oil. So, but today I'm just doing olive oil because that's all I have on hand. I do have the coconut one too, but we're going to do olive oil for this one. Okay, so once we get these cut up, we're going to cut up some fresh herbs from the garden that I had my husband pick. So I like to grow my own herbs. I don't like to go and buy them. So I'm going to cut up these basils and a little bit of cilantro and parsley. Okay, we're going to head over to the turkey where it's cooking. We're going to go ahead and add in the onions, but make sure before you add in those onions that your ground turkey is cooked all the way. Mine has been cooking now for a little bit, so I'm going to place the onions and my herbs into this. And guys, I do apologize. My video was not as great, focused in well, so I'm sorry about that. But we're just going to let this kind of marinate together. I'm going to add a little bit more, the rest of them, because the onions help out with the flavor for your chili. And so we're just going to mix this up and then we'll start adding in our seasonings. And remember guys, you do need to go as healthy as you can when making this chili. We don't want to add any things that we shouldn't be. Now I'm adding a little bit of sea salt. I did about 1.5 teaspoons here. And also make sure you do your tomato sauce from fresh tomatoes. So make sure you blanch them and then go ahead and puree them down, and so that you have that sauce, okay? Because you don't want to be adding the canned sauce because it has a lot of sodium to it. Okay, so I'm going to add in some black pepper. Okay, and once you get that black pepper done, and I do add quite a bit because remember I have 3 pounds of ground turkey to mine. So if you're just doing one little small batch, you don't need that much. I'm going to add in my garlic powder. Now I will tell you, I did about 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, but I do add in extra because when I'm tasting as I'm going, I can tell that the taste is not there. So I add a little bit, maybe more little salt to it, sea salt, or I'll add a little bit more garlic, just whatever I think it needs. Now I'm going to add in some red pepper flakes, and I do about 1.5 teaspoons for pepper flakes because these are kind of spicy. I'm going to just mix this up a little bit. Make sure all of it's mixed in here so that the flavors all come together. Now we do need to give this meat some color, So we're going to be here in a little bit adding some chili powder to it. Now, a lot of people like to go and buy that chili mix in a packet. Don't do that because it's got a lot of preservatives in it, a lot of other stuff that we should not be eating. Remember, we want to go as healthy as possible, okay? Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more of my herbs from the garden. This is a little bit of the cilantro and parsley that I chopped up. And I'm going to mix this up here once I get it all added, because I want that to combine and cook together and give it that nice flavor that chili needs. So yeah, when you go healthy, it tastes a little different just because it's not the real terrible stuff that we're used to eating. So you kind of have to, your taste buds have to get used to it. I know for me, I've been doing the healthy foods for a while. Now I just add a little bit of liquid smoke and a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, and then now I'm using Dijon mustard. The reason why I use those is because it's a lot healthier. I'm going to start using molasses, and I'm just going to kind of swirl it around here. And now you probably won't have to add that much if you're doing just a 1 pound, but I've got 3 pounds in here, so just to feed my whole family. And we're just going to mix this up here really well. And once you get that mixed up really good, all of it combined, okay? So make sure that all of your hamburger meat is coated with everything. And that molasses gives it kind of a little bit of a sweet taste to it. I do add honey into this as well. Now this is where we're going to add in that chili powder. Make sure you add enough chili powder, okay? Because we really need to coat the hamburger meat, or the turkey meat, sorry, really well. And then you also want to add the cumin. And I do about a teaspoon and a half, maybe a little bit more. Well, actually, I did 2 teaspoons because of the amount I have here. So just, don't overcoat with the cumin, okay? Because it can make it come off to a bad taste if you have too much of it. All right, and we're just going to mix that up. If you need to add a little bit more of the chili powder, go for it. And which is what I do, because I want my turkey meat to look red in color and have that chili taste. So I do add a little bit more to mine. It's coming out really good. Now, whenever I make quite a bit of chili, sometimes I will actually freeze my chili in a deep freeze. I'll just make a whole big bunch of it and freeze it. That's if I even have any leftover after a couple days of eating it, because my family, they love my chilies. I got them, they like the turkey meat better than the hamburger meat, so they like the healthy way more. All right, so we're going to add in some honey. Make sure I do add quite a bit of honey, because remember, I'm adding sauce to this, the tomato sauce. Tomato sauce is a bitter taste, so you definitely need to have a little bit of that sweet taste to it, along with that spiciness that you got in there too. So if you don't add that much honey, it's going to taste bitter and you're not going to like it. So you may like the bitter taste. I don't. I like to have a little bit of the balanced texture, or the balanced taste when I'm eating chili. It's got to come out evenly. If it's too sweet, I don't like it. If it's too tangy, I don't like it. It has to be just right. So that's why I always state to everyone that when you're cooking, make sure you're tasting as you go. And I just tasted mine. Mine still does not have that much flavor to it. So I did add a little bit more sea salt. Now I am adding my sauce that I had made. So this is my homemade tomato sauce. And like I stated, you make your own tomato sauce. Do not add the canned tomato sauce. It has a lot of sodium. All right, so we're just going to mix this up really well and just let it simmer together. Now, what I like to do during the day, when I make this during the day or in the morning, I will make it in the morning, and what I do is I put it in a crock pot once I get my sauce done, and I'll add my beans into it, and I'll just let it cook on low so that it all combines together. And then when it comes time for dinner or lunchtime, you have your chili ready. And it tastes so good. Oh my gosh. This was amazing. It was really good. Every time I make it, my son is always asking for the ground turkey chili. So here it is in the crock pot. I have been cooking it for a while now today, so I'm going to get ready to add my beans to this, and we'll be ready to go. Okay, guys, we're going to add in these beans. Now, remember, these are pinto beans, not the red beans. I do every once in a while add the red beans, and I have used them, and they taste just as great. I just use beans for a lot of things, for my refried beans, because I don't buy refried beans at the store anymore. I just make my own because it's more healthier. But this is what our chili looks like after adding the beans and cooking everything. You guys, this was so good. And remember, it's a lot healthier. I use white cheese, the white mozzarella. My husband uses the yellow. And so anyway, here is the chili after it was completed. And it was great, guys. I hope you all enjoy it. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a wonderful night.